Movie that we're going to discuss is the sci-fi thriller The Fourth Kind. Here we go. Directed by Olantunde Osunsanmi. He's a new director. He wrote and directed. Okay, this movie is about a so-called true story. In the town of Nome, Alaska, there's been all of these disappearances, and Milla Jovovich plays Dr. Abigail Tyler, who's a psychologist who's studying sleep patterns and sleep deprivation and stuff like that. She works heavily within hypnotherapy, and she's as she's hypnotizing people, she keeps hearing the same accounts of people seeing a white owl and having trouble sleeping and losing hours and where they don't remember what happened and such. And she's as the movie goes, she sort of realizes that there's more going on, and this may or may not include extraterrestrials and abductions and things like that. And it kind of goes into her past as well, because she had a traumatic event in her life that seems to sort of mirror the same sort of things that are going on. And then there's a series of really creepy stuff. I thought this was an okay movie. I didn't think it was as good as it thought it was. I don't think it was as interesting as it thought it was. There's this strong emphasis on this is real. This actually happened. And they have this weird trick where they have this archival footage that's supposed to be real, and then they show it split screen with movie footage. And I didn't really understand the point of that. I thought if you're gonna cut to archival footage, just keep it there, show that, because that's more interesting. Or if you're going to have any kind of strict produced footage with actors, then just stick with that. It should have. For me, I think it should have chose one or the other. It was an experiment, and it was a new director kind of idea, really trying to make an aggressive film. But I think it came off as being a little amateurish. And I thought that this whole idea of just them pushing this idea that this actually happened in my face just made me believe in it less. Just because it was almost like the thus do protest too much kind of thing. It's like, okay, I get the idea. This is supposed to be real. And so by the end of the movie, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure none of this actually happened. Which took away a lot of the scare factor. But there is some really creepy stuff. It's very atmospheric. There's a long build-up, and I like movies that do that, the main point of the movie is the last 20 minutes, and there's just a strong build-up to that. And I like that sort of film structure, and that definitely has that. And there's some decent acting, both by the archival footage actors and by Milla and the rest of the crew. So I gave it a C average.
I'm going to agree with you on that C. I gave it a C+, but only the plus because I did like the split screen effects where they had the archived verses. Then you could, I don't know, because it was trying so hard to be real in a very fake way. Like the introduction part was the worst part, where she walks out of the trees all X-File style. This is a real thing, and I was like, no, it's not, Milla. But yeah, it tries really hard, and the problem is how it bounces back and forth like that when it does archive footage and then the actual actor stuff. I keep thinking of the History Channel dramatizations of everything, and I just was like, wow, this is the over-budgeted History Channel movie. And then I felt like I was learning the whole, the end would come to one of those, oh, we don't know what happened conclusions, that the History Channel, you spend an entire episode learning about the Mayans. And they're like, and we're going to find the lost treasure of the Mayans. No, we don't know what happened. I felt it was very much like that. Very big letdown where it leads up to all this stuff, and then it ends in that kind of ambiguous, was it aliens? Was she just really crazy kind of thing?
Yeah.
And it just, when it's called The Fourth Kind, I think there needed to be a very definite answer. And
yeah,
all the blurry archive footage went that I did admit I got scared. This movie did scare me, which is why I did enjoy most of it.
Yeah,
it's atmosphere. You're sitting there and you're just watching the archive footage and you're screaming, even though it's it reminded me of kind of like it was taking the coattails of Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I think these movies sort of competed with each other this summer, and this one was a little too late, I think.
Yeah.
But.
Maybe it had just played before Paranormal, you wouldn't have been so bad with it.
Yeah.
But still had its good scary moments. But in the end, just felt like dramatized History Channel for me.
Yeah, I kind of agree. This movie sort of reminded me of in style and sort of plot-wise, too. Reminded me a lot of the Mothman Prophecies. Done in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So if you like Paranormal Activity and you kind of want to, I think where it got a lot of its stylistic tips, go check out Mothman Prophecies by Mark Pellington, because I think that's the better movie.
I think that's